We are live. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome into Week 8 starts and sits with the Saturday Morning Snap Fantasy Football Podcast. We got your boys, Mac and Landon, here on the screen, ready to rock and roll. Producer Scott is hanging out in the back, and Mark will be in and out of the sleeper chat. On Twitter, at SMS_fantasy. You can guys go and check us out there. We tweeted the link out to our sleeper chat. You can also, if you're on YouTube, checking us out here, go ahead and put your questions in the comment section, and we will get to you there. It's going to be a fun, jam-packed hour, as it always is. We're going to kick things off here with some inactives and actives. So I think the surprise one here in the final hours, Drew Brees, being activated. So he will play today. If you have Teddy Bridgewater in your lineups, get him out. Drew Brees is slated to play. Landon, you do the rankings, most of the rankings for us on a week-to-week basis. Where do you think Drew Brees now falls in our rankings? Is he fringe quarterback 1? Is he outside that top 12? What are you thinking here?
Definitely quarterback 1. I would go. I had Bridgewater slated at number 11 because they're playing Arizona.
Great matchup.
Patrick Peterson is back, but yeah, it doesn't make that big of a difference. So I think for there, I would put him just ahead of Kyler Murray in that same matchup. So he would be like a top 8 quarterback for me this week coming back. I mean, you got to assume if Drew Brees is back, he's fully go. I would bump up Michael Thomas. I mean, he was always going to be a good matchup anyways. Like, he's my number 2 ranked wide receiver, regardless of who's throwing.
Now, the one thing to note here, Drew Brees is coming back, but Jared Cook is out, as well as Alvin Kamara is out for today's contest. Even though it's a great matchup, limited weapons for Drew Brees. Some guys are going to have to step up. Anybody outside of the normal plug-and-plays for the Saints that you would like to, maybe try your hand at this week?
Well, we're going to get a lot of Latavius Murray questions today. I think you have to start him.
I agree.
We saw what he did last week with in a bad matchup. I didn't like the matchup, but it's way better this week. And the big questions I just got is Latavius Murray or Chase Edmonds. So same matchup. The problem is New Orleans has a better run defense. So I would prefer Latavius in that matchup. Chase Edmonds is awesome. Chase Edmonds looks talented.
Great. He passes the eye test. He looks very explosive, very fast, where DJ is a little bit more physical and methodical with his running. Chase Edmonds just almost like when Aaron Jones burst onto the scene and you're like, this guy gets the ball and he runs so hard. I see the same with Chase Edmonds. He's very explosive.
He's an explosive version of David Johnson.
Pretty much, yeah. Same size, stature. He looks really good. If you've been living under a rock the last couple days, Patrick Mahomes is out, which bodes well for Packers fans like myself. Would have been an amazing matchup to see under the lights, Rodgers versus Mahomes, just a slugfest. That would have been great. Matt Ryan is out for the Atlanta Falcons, so Matt Schaub is going to play in place of Matt Ryan. If you're in a 2-quarterback league, maybe a consideration for your second QB of the week, but outside of that, I'm not looking to stream him anywhere. Devontae Adams is also out in that Green Bay-Kansas City game. Will Fuller is out this week. He's expected to be out at least 3 more weeks, could be a max of 5 to 6, so we'll have to monitor that situation. But a big bump for Kiki QT. I think that's going to be great.
And Kenny Stills.
And Kenny Stills, absolutely. I would like to see QT maybe take a little bit of a jump forward here. Sterling Shepard is still out. It's going to be a couple weeks for him as well. He's kind of in the same thing with Fuller. Fuller was, what was his injury? I can't remember. Was it hamstring?
Who? Fuller? Yeah, hamstring.
And Sterling Shepard's still been struggling with the concussion. So he's still showing symptoms, I believe.
Yeah, I feel like there's something more with him as well, but yeah.
It bodes well for Golden Tate.
It's unfortunate.
No Sterling Shepard.
It does.
If you're on that Golden Tate, hold him, see if he has any value. He should continue to be relevant for you. OJ Howard, this is nice. He is out with the hamstring injury. However, it gives you one less reason to play him. So you can't play him this week or else you get a 0. So to be tempted to play him or not, you don't have to make that decision. He's out. Delaney Walker is also out for the Titans this week. I would look over to Jonnu Smith. Probably is the best play if you're looking for tight end there. And then, in a good matchup. And then Chris Herndon also will not start his season yet for the New York Jets. He is out as well.
Man, people have been stashing Chris Herndon for 4 weeks already.
That was like one of my biggest stashes in the offseason. I'm like, look, Chris Herndon, great rookie season last year. Going to be a great value. You just have to get him at the right time. We told people to get him a couple weeks early before he was eligible, and then it's just been injured in first practice and not really anything since. So it is what it is. A couple game time decisions here. We've got Keenan Allen and Christian Kirk. You said Keenan Allen is going to play. Is that correct?
Correct. And Kirk as well is active. I think that's really great for Kyler Murray in that matchup. I think he needs him. Hopefully he's a full go. Bad for anyone that is stashing Keyshawn Johnson. Right. Keyshawn's just not the truth. He's just not the guy we hoped he was going to be. He's consistently getting the targets. He's just not pulling them in,
right? Which
is too bad for any Keyshawn believers.
And then Josh Jacobs. Do we know any word on him?
Last time I checked, he is in.
Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic.
Something to look into though. Here's an interesting question there, Mac. We have in a PPR league. Where do you lean in that matchup?
I lean on the Robert Woods side.
Right. So I said floor of Ty Johnson, but
I don't know.
So I'm gonna. No, you think that Robert Woods has a safe floor?
I do. Bless you.
You saw that coming.
I did. Look, I think Robert Woods, other than one game this year, has been solid, and there's no chance that Jared Goff in this offense, falls apart again. Robert Woods has been a safety blanket for Jared Goff, as has Cooper Kupp. Brandon Cooks is, between the three of them, has been the most inconsistent. I love Robert Woods. I'm a little bit afraid for Ty Johnson. I think the hype is a little bit too real for him right now. And the Lions have seen, at the beginning of the season when it was Kerryon and CJ Anderson, they saw a ton of stacked boxes. I believe to start the year, it was like 76% CJ and like 65% for Kerryon. And that trend sort of continued. Teams were playing against the Detroit Lions, matched up their personnel with a heavy run defense. And, that allowed opportunities in the passing game, as you saw with Marvin Jones last week. Kenny Galladay's had some pretty big weeks. So that trend should probably continue, especially against a guy who really hasn't proven himself yet. I don't have Ty Johnson anywhere, so I don't have to make these decisions. But if I did, I probably wouldn't have even got him, because the price that I've seen him go in some of our leagues in terms of fab spending has been ridiculous. Guys spending $45, $50. Even in our league, guys trading future picks for Ty Johnson. I think the price is too high. I think you're going to be really disappointed if you play Ty Johnson this week.
That's interesting. I can't wait to watch it. I mean, I picked him up in a league, in our listener league. I picked him up. So my team's super deep in that league. So I don't know why
you did
spent a little bit of a kittle on it. We know that Kerryon's on IR, so I just want to see his usage.
Right, which is fair.
So
for Ty Johnson, what would you consider as a good week? Like, what does he have to do to say, you know what, it was worth it?
So 86 all per touchdown.
86. Where do you pull that number from?
Out of my butt. So like about 45 yards on the ground, some passing yards through the air. I know he can catch. He's looked explosive when he's gotten the opportunity, when he has spelled Kerryon. He's been frustrating owners for a long time of Kerryon Johnson, because they got the same dang last name. And you think that that Johnson play, but it's Ty Johnson. All right. We've got some more questions in Moose W, Tyrell Williams, Mike Williams, James.
Tyrell, Mike, or Jamison Crowder. Yikes.
That's one. I don't
know about crazy. So here's the thing. Here's the thing with Tyrell. He is the only real target in that offense, right? So, right. I mean, you have to assume that when he steps back on the field that he is going to be heavily targeted. Because if they don't, they really only have Darren Waller to throw at. So I actually like Tyrell. Mike Williams is one we talked about over the offseason. I wrote an article about him. I think it was like in April or May. And I said, look, you can't draft Mike Williams where he's being drafted. His whole season last year was based on touchdowns. And he scored touchdowns at a 14% rate in terms of his completions to touchdown ratio. So to say that Mike Williams' projection has been different than I thought, absolutely not. However, this week, he's an interesting play. I think I like them both over Jamison Crowder, to be completely honest with you. So I think I'm going to roll out the Williams brothers in this situation, Tyrell and Mike. That's probably where I'm going to go.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. That's
I'll respond to that one.
Okay.
Let's see here. The Williams brothers.
Yeah, Crowder's been super safe, and I think Darnold, put on record that he will bounce back in a better. He's not going to see ghosts this week. Ghosts don't travel well on the road.
They can travel pretty easily though. Flex, full PPR, Golden Tate, Corey Davis, Ted Ginn, or Kenny Stills. We just talked about Kenny Stills and Golden Tate. I like both of those guys over Corey Davis and Ted Ginn. I mean, with Drew Brees back, it makes things a little bit different for Ted Ginn. But I mean, Teddy Bridgewater's been no slouch. So no Sterling Shepard and no Will Fuller in those offenses certainly make Tate and Stills the most appealing option of these four.
Yeah, I would say Tate for sure.
Tate's probably Let's go Tate. What do the rankings say on this one, Lando? I believe Tate.
I would for sure that would be that would.
So we're gonna say Tate 100.
Yeah.
I just got a notification. Devontae Adams is in my starting lineup in Bergie Bowl. We got to change that.
Yeah. Do we put in a injured AJ Green or what do we do
in that league? My main is Gurley Barkley. That's a nice little duo. Flex is Sony. Bench Edmonds. Fitz. I assume that means Larry Fitzgerald. James White. Devin Singletary. Devontae Parker. Help me. Keep Sony and Flex or YOLO Edmonds. Oh, Sony Michel or Edmonds. Chase Edmonds. See, we said Chase Edmonds is appealing, but the matchup is poor. New Orleans defense has been amazing.
Yeah, I would probably stick with Sony. Here, the thing is with Sony, like last week, he had 3 touchdowns, but he only had like 40 yards. I don't love Sony, but he's always has that touchdown upside against the Browns. It should be good. It might rain, so they might keep it on the ground. New guy, 2018. He's been around in our chats every week. We appreciate the love, my man. He's been busy with life. I see it. I feel you, man. Hopefully you join us on YouTube.
We have been too.
Yeah, absolutely. I lean Sony, and I'm sure that's where he was leaning as well. I do like Edmonds, and I'm slots. So
I'm gonna say to him, Edmonds looks great. Excited for his opportunity.
Yeah.
But matchup is bad.
Yeah. I'll let you respond to him. I'll get to Moose here. Moose W. He's got DJ Moore, Hunter Henry, Tyrell, pick 2. I would go
I would go Hunter Henry as well. I love Hunter Henry over Mike Williams. I think when you look at who's going to be involved for this offense, it's going to be Hunter Henry far and above Mike Williams as the tertiary play. Keenan Allen, we got to get that guy going just a little bit. Kind of been a little bit of a letdown lately. DJ Moore, I'm tempering expectations this week. Who
are they playing again?
Who's that?
The Carolina Panthers.
The Carolina Panthers. Ooh.
Oh, they're playing San Francisco.
And that's why I'm tempering expectations.
Right.
So, yeah, I think I do love DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel, but I am, like I said, tempering expectations this week. I like Hunter Henry in this matchup, even against the Chicago Bears. They've looked very human the last couple weeks. So, yeah, I honestly, if we're picking two here, I think Hunter Henry and Tyrell are the plays.
Yeah.
I'm going to fade DJ just a little bit this week.
Sounds
good.
You
I'm going to
ask. I will get that one. I'm going to ask a new guy to throw us a sub on YouTube.
Ooh. Lando, I'm just going to move your video over here just a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I'm right in front of my computer, so it's hard to.
We're just gonna resize you and move you over. Look at that.
Cool.
Boom.
Okay. Moose W.
Do you have to make any
moose?
Do you have to make any tough decisions this week?
Not really. Metcalf or QT?
Dude. I want to say QT, but I think it's Metcalf.
I think it's Metcalf too. They play Atlanta. I think that should be a good
matchup. And QT, like we've seen flashes, but DK's been a heck of a lot more reliable, and Russell has no problem targeting him. So that's what I'm going to go with.
Son Tate.
Dude, Keenan Allen, bro. Come on.
Yeah, but it was a tough one for now.
No. Seriously.
Okay, all right.
Look, the Bengals are playing the Rams. I get it. They've got Jalen Ramsey now. He's not going to be covering Auden Tate, though. He's probably going to be drawing Tyler Boyd most of the day. So, yeah, Auden Tate is a nice little option. He's been good for fantasy, nice and consistent. But come on, man. It's Keenan Allen. It's Keenan Allen.
Joe Mixon or Damian.
Wow.
The battle of the crap.
I did see a couple funny tweets this week on Twitter from a couple guys saying, all you Damian Williams truthers got what you deserved. Just going for the throat. I know.
That's just being spirited. Yeah.
So, Joe Mixon. It's got to be Joe Mixon.
I have him in there.
At least be on the field.
I also have Devin Singletary.
Out of the Kansas City backfield, I think whoever's going to have I think the person that's going to have the most success is LaShawn McCoy.
I know.
Got to be.
I know, and I hate that. I know he's the auto start, but man, Joe Mixon, he was my. So I keep thinking about this. Right before my pick went Dalvin Cook.
And that's what happened to me.
Dalvin.
How I got stuck with Odell and Juju at the end of our home league, Gridiron Tradition. Fraser took Dalvin Cook right before me, and I was so sad. I thought there's no chance he passes on Odell. He's going to take Odell, and then took Dalvin. Turned out to be a great pick.
Yes, it did. It might win him the league.
Very well could. Which is a better play? We got this from OHBJ. Which is a better play? Carson Wentz at Buffalo or Jimmy G at home versus Carolina? This one's pretty simple for me. It's Jimmy Garoppolo.
I'll put it in there.
The Buffalo defense has been fantastic, and Carson Wentz looked... He struggled last week against Dallas. Not to say that that's going to be the trend moving forward for Carson Wentz, but something just didn't look right with him. And if there's any secondary that can give you problems, it's the Buffalo Bills secondary. So, yeah, I'm okay with Jimmy G.
Speaking on that, I've got another one. Carson Wentz, Baker Mayfield, or
is it crazy to think Derek Carr could be the answer here?
No, against Houston, I'm gonna start him.
Yeah, I think Derek Carr, man.
Yeah,
Carolina's defense has been solid. The Bills secondary is fantastic. I don't like to say this, but yes, send in Derek Carr this week.
I just picked up Derek Carr in League of Record, and that's you gotta go with him. You gotta go with him already.
This is from Matt.
TJ Johnson, or Ty Johnson, or Melvin Gordon, who's some truly brilliant minds traded for this week. Love this guy's grinding. I need to spend more time with this guy. He's a beauty.
Yet to meet Mr. Cowabunga. Yeah, Maddie, I'm gonna say you gotta go Melvin Gordon here. I don't know if you were tuned in earlier. I just think people are gonna be disappointed with Johnson in his start. Haven't really seen him prove anything. Lions have seen a ton of stacked boxes to stop their run game, forcing them to throw, which has been great. You saw Marvin Jones Jr. get a 4-touchdown game last week. We've seen Kenny Golladay show out. So I'm going to say go Melvin Gordon, get the better game script, and stay with your stud, who you got from a pretty knowledgeable fantasy player. He got Melvin Gordon from me, okay? Yeah, we made a nice little trade, which has benefited him immediately with Kerryon Johnson going out for the fantasy season. He might be back like week 15 or 16, and
he doesn't have Ty Johnson in that league. Who's he talking about? TJ Johnson. TJ.
Well, I hope that's not a serious question because it better be Melvin Gordon. Maybe he's talking about a different league. Who knows? Christian Kirk or Zach Pascal? Yeah. That is nice. Christian Kirk, he's gonna play.
I went Kirk.
Yeah. Christian Kirk is going to play. Jimmy G. Yeah. Sorry, I'm reading off a different thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the play. I mean, Zach Pascal had a nice little game last week, but Christian Kirk has been seeing 9 to 10 targets per game. So, yes, I'm going Christian Kirk there. Anybody starting Keenan, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, underdogs, he's back with us too, man. He shows up every week. Appreciate the love,
Cardinals
man.
fan, underdogs, that is fitting. My lineup at wide receivers are Lockett versus Atlanta, John Brown versus Philly, and Juju versus Miami. I love the matchups. My bench is Allen Robinson versus Chargers and Emmanuel Sanders versus Carolina. Thoughts on the lineup? I know Robinson has been hot and consistent, but Juju at home versus Miami Monday night could be in for a big play. I think it depends what you need. If you had anything happen, like if you played Dalvin Cook or you played the Minnesota defense or you even played against Dan Bailey on Thursday night and you're in a little bit of a hole, you might have to go for the bigger plays here. I think no matter what, Juju is 100% a play, especially against Miami. We shouldn't even really be contemplating Juju anyways. I know he stunk for you a couple times, but Lockett versus Atlanta is definitely, that's auto. 100%. And I think you got to put Juju in there too.
Man, I was talking about Allen Robinson. He's been hot, and underdogs makes a great point.
In terms of Emmanuel Sanders, I am going to wait. I want to see how that plays out. Like we said, he is probably the de facto number 1 wide receiver now coming into that offense. George Kittle is the number 1 target, but he's a tight end, so we're going to say wide receiver. But I'm going to let it play out. I want to see in a not-so-great matchup how Jimmy G handles having Emmanuel Sanders in the lineup. So John Brown is out for me. Lockett is an auto start, and it's Juju.
I really did like John Brown going into this week, but the weather looks bad. The winds look a little bit high. Things can change. When the game starts, it could be calm and nice out. But And John Brown against Philly, they're very susceptible to the pass, but he's got so many good options. If Juju, just bench him for the rest of the season, hope for next year. Hopefully he's a keeper and you just back with Big Ben, he gets back, hits his stride, and is great. But Underdogs has some great options here. So I would definitely go Lockett. Lockett's a must start.
So we're gonna say Lockett is a must play.
Yep.
But I think so is Juju.
Yeah. Let me see where I've got Juju here. So
real quick though, what's your temperature on Juju for rest of season? Do you think he's gonna find his way here? Or do you think that we're just gonna see the struggle continue?
I hope he finds his way. Hard to say, man. It's a tough go. So show on YouTube Brandon Carlos. He's got DJ Chark and Odell Beckham Jr. This week it's fun. I've got them back to back in my rankings. I've got Chark one spot ahead of Odell.
Wow. And see, I'm in a couple pick'em contests that I'm in. I'm actually tied for first in one of them. My biggest play this week to separate from the field is I took the Browns over the Patriots.
Right.
And I don't think it's necessarily the smartest thing, but I actually do believe genuinely, wholeheartedly that they have a chance to win this ball game. Coming off a bye,
right.
They need some time as a team to get right. Patriots haven't had these, the biggest strength in schedule. They've played a lot of under 500 teams. They actually don't play somebody who made the playoffs until week 9. So from last year. Their schedule is the easiest in the NFL. They've really beat up on some teams defensively. I think that they're going to be tested, and there's no chance this team's going 16-0. They're going to get beat eventually. It could be to the Browns. We've seen crazier things happen.
I mean, well, the Browns are 2-4, so it's not like they've been playing.
Yeah, but how many games have they lost by a smidge?
I know. I'm just kidding. So with your prediction, it's got to be on the back of Odell. Mm-hmm. And Landry's no slouch. I think he's the 1B in that offense. And if they double it, I know, and he's going to eat. So and then.
Tough to double Odell though. He creates so much separation, and if you can get him off a quick slant. I
mean, corner in the league.
Yes, he is. But when you line Odell up, you can put him anywhere. So if Freddie Kitchens is smart,
I hope they do that.
He will use Odell to his advantage.
Yep, you're gonna start Odell Beckham for the upside.
100%.
I think Chark has a decent floor against the Jets.
He does.
He's been very consistent as well.
Yeah.
That's a tough one, Brandon Carlos. I think you just got to go with your gut here.
To me, it comes down to talent, and OBJ is the most talented of the two of pretty much anybody that you throw up against him. I don't know. I don't know if DJ Chark is a mirage. I don't know if it's legit. I can't really figure it out, but you'd have to assume the focus for the Jags is going to be on the ground. It's going to be with Leonard Fournette. They're going to try to stick to that. True. That game plan, and if that works, it could be limited work for Chark. They might not need the home run ball. So I'm going to go with, in the upset, the Browns over the Patriots. You heard it here first. I'm going to go with Odell for a big game.
Okay, Tyler Jarrett. He's got Latavius Murray and Josh options. He got Latavius Murray on the waiver, and who would have thought, Mackenzie? They are back-to-back in my rankings.
This is good, man. The SMS crew's coming in with some bangers.
So we got Latavius Murray, obviously against Arizona, and Josh Jacobs, who was questionable but should play. And both are plus matchups. Both are.
So I'm gonna say personally, I would go Latavius Murray.
Right, and that's crazy.
And the only reason why is because Josh Jacobs had been a little bit banged up. So the chance of re-injury or aggravation or giving him a sequence off, we could see some DeAndre Washington a little bit. I think it's got to be Latavius.
In my mind there. Yeah. What a world we live in.
Welcome to the NFL.
Tyler Jarrett. I don't blame you if you just put in your stud Jacobs that you took.
No, me neither.
second, third round. What Latavius showed last week, having a huge game, that's why you picked him up. That's why you stashed him if you had Kamara all week. You had his handcuff for these scenarios, and Arizona couldn't be a matchup.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you got Drew Brees back, so that's even better. Like it's holding it down, and you're like, it's gonna be a gross. No, man. Yeah, fire up your Latavius, plug your nose.
That's good.
Appreciate the question, Tyler.
And a quick thanks to Scotty here for jumping in and responding to that question. Producer Scott in the background working as always.
Yeah, underdogs. We appreciate the love every week.
What did he say here?
He finds us. He's thanking truly for the big help. Makes it clear how to start my players on the podcast. One more question. The league where I played Cousins Thursday, I've been graded against the run.
Mm-hmm.
On my bench, I got Coleman.
True.
He should be a great in that. For RB, Buffalo. Keep Hyde in my flex.
Ooh. Okay, so Jordan Howard over the last couple weeks has quietly been on a little bit of a tear. He is running back 14 over the last 3 weeks, so he is trending upward. Did have the big game a couple weeks ago, but I'm not big on him playing against the Buffalo Bills. I don't either, and I could actually see between that whole core of players, I could see Miles Sanders having the biggest day because he is the primary pass catching back, which they're going to need to utilize big time. So Jordan Howard for me is a little bit out. Coleman is interesting. I don't mind contemplating between the two. But yeah, I think Hyde in the flex is probably the best. Who do you have in your rankings here? You probably have Coleman ahead.
I have Coleman ahead of Hyde by a little bit. It's about 5 or 6 spots. I have Carlos Hyde
But here's the thing. We're talking in our rankings, we're talking the safer, more consistent play. Who has the biggest upside?
Always who you should start.
Correct.
People need to understand that. And if you are a patron, you can see our rankings every week. We have them going all the way back because it's a floor and ceiling play. And
so for this, I think the ceiling in a potentially higher scoring game is going to be Carlos Hyde.
Yeah. It should be a great game.
We got a quick question here from our boy EZE, the SMS poster child. Hey boys. Quick question. Superflex half PPR. I love the Superflex questions. AJ Brown, Corey Davis, or Evan Ingram? We're just starting one easy. That is an easy question. Evan Ingram.
I love that guy. Is a man.
I love AJ Brown
boys.
with Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah. And I think Corey Davis, people want to start Corey Davis ahead of AJ Brown. This could be a little bit of a trap. Stop, it's a trap.
No,
We're like
Evan Ingram.
Yeah, I agree. And it's one of his bad weeks. He was in such a great matchup against the Cardinals. And he just let everyone down, including myself. I think, and you don't normally want to see it easy. I get the question, bro. It's a tough one. I appreciate you tuning in this week. Last week he was busy, couldn't hop in on YouTube, but he's been a true supporter. I would say for if you're going over Corey Davis than AJ Brown, just like for floor plays upside AJ.
Yeah.
Tyler's commenting again. We appreciate all the comments.
Josh Allen or Mason Rudolph? Josh Allen.
Yeah, you got to go. Even with bad weather, he can run the ball. He's a game breaker guy.
And that's the key there.
That's
the key. You know, Josh Allen does have the ability to run the ball 100 yards in a game script that allows him to do so. And that one is this. Might be bad weather.
Yeah.
Might be a game that's, one on the ground. And yeah, Josh Allen gives you a huge boost at the floor Mason Rudolph, yeah, playing the Dolphins, but Pittsburgh hasn't looked too sharp. He's coming back from a concussion.
People are forgetting how bad Mason Rudolph kind of looked to start.
Sure.
Just because his backup looked even worse.
Yeah. I have to now that I think of it, I have to change out Devontae Adams here for AJ Brown or Dante Pettis. It's got to be AJ.
It's got to be AJ with Sanders. Let's go.
Yeah. Yikes.
Man, what a
crazy
fall from grace. RAG
Evolution. What a handle. Ryan Tannehill or Josh Allen? You got to go. Yeah, you do. 100%.
I don't know how bad.
But this is Buffalo.
I know it's gonna be
this
fine.
This is par for the course.
I think it's
at
overblown.
New Era Stadium.
I hate San Francisco game last week. Just like scared everyone for weather, but as a rule of thumb, unless it's like that, weather doesn't.
But we haven't seen weather like that. In guys were having slip and slides at the 40-yard line.
So I don't think the weather is going to be that big of a difference in Buffalo. Everyone inept. Like it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I agree.
Unless you're Mark Andrews and it rains, the guy can't catch in the rain.
John Jaws, what's up, buddy?
Hey, John Jaws.
David Montgomery, full PPR. That's a good question.
Yeah.
My gut says David Montgomery. Hunter Henry's in consideration, though.
Yeah. Like, I have it in my article, my DFS article, that David Montgomery, and the coach came out and said, like, I'm not an idiot. I would run more than twice. Which I know you're not the OC, but, like, you're still the coach. You can make those decisions, bro. You have the power to
make these things happen. Just in case you didn't know.
Yeah. I need to watch this game. I am a David Montgomery owner in a league because I wanted a piece of him.
Of course.
Because the hype train was so real among Montgomery was going to get that opportunity and get those 20 carries a game, 20 attempts a game kind of thing. He just has been complete. So, yeah, I would full PPR. Henry, Montgomery's going to be Solomon. All
right,
checking us out on YouTube.
Let's go. Hunter Henry, we're going to tell John Jaws. Hunter Henry, I think I would go David Montgomery, though. Carson Wentz or Ryan Tannehill, that's probably where I draw the line.
Man, you got a Nicky. Yeah, so you'd still go Carson Wentz?
I would.
Yeah, okay. What up?
What's going on, Nicky?
My man, appreciate the love. He's in our listener league. He's been a listener for a long time. Appreciate it.
Came in at the final hour.
He owns Kyler Murray, Drew Brees, Aaron Jones, Latavius Murray. Which RB QB combo are you taking? I would probably
Aaron Jones,
start
Latavius Murray. Okay, Aaron Jones is a number one.
Okay, and then probably
go Kyler.
And then are you going Kyler over Breeze in that same matchup?
Well, you said in our rankings you have Kyler slightly ahead. I'm having chair problems here. Hold on. Otis kind of gave me the business here. What'd you do to my chair? Huh? Got a funny little boxer dog here.
Aaron Jones versus at Kansas City. It's a pretty good matchup. I don't like if I was him, I do want to start Latavius because of that game script, but you're right. It's Kansas City without Patrick Mahomes. It should be a positive game script. Yeah. Aaron Jones.
Mm-hmm. Sure, but I mean that's
especially after the bench probably last week and put up 28 points, give you more upside if it turns out to be a shootout. Because I think the the Saints defense is severely underrated.
I don't think they're underrated.
They've been great. They're gonna Cameron Kyler Murray and make him scramble. I think even if it's a shootout, I think Kyler gets beat around.
I'm going Kyler Murray. Got a big win last week. I like what he gives you on the ground, and then I'm going Aaron Jones, who should be great, even though he's going to split the backfield with Jamal Williams
Kyler,
a little bit.
I'm going Breeze.
We should see some goal line carries for both of those guys. So give me Aaron Jones, give me Kyler Murray. I've got Kenny Squad here on the Sleeper Chat. AJ Brown or Zach Pascal, and that. Yeah, I think I am as well.
Zach Pascal points. RAG Evolution follow-up question: what combo should I start? Josh Allen and Brown or Tannehill and AJ Brown? He wants to do a stack there, I guess.
I would severely say no.
I would go Josh Allen and AJ.
Yeah.
Brown.
If you're going to subject yourself to the Tennessee Titans, don't do it in multiple spots where one is reliant on the other.
So, in John Brown stack.
We're
talking about
I would
whether
much rather have that stack.
Yeah. We're talking about the weather, how it might not be that big of a difference. John Brown can take a slant to the house. That guy isn't. That's what I would do. I don't need to play Josh Allen with the stack. Play him by himself because he's such a good rushing quarterback and is going to take touchdowns away from his players by rushing into the end zone.
Usernames taken says Ty Johnson or Sony Michel in flex for a PPR league. We already answered this question, my brother, earlier. It is Sony Michel for us.
There you go. Username
I like
taken.
It's a good handle.
It's a good.
Underdogs coming through with another one. Okay, guys. Buff versus Eagles game is at 25 miles per hour. Wind gusts up to 40. Robinson is the safer play, and I'll be benching John Brown. Sucks because of great matchup, but Robinson has been playing great and consistent. Thanks for the update on the weather. Still doesn't change my outlook on Josh Allen. Doesn't.
So Sports News Alert is asking us about
PPR Josh Allen or Tom Brady. Give me 2 seconds here. I got to step out for a minute, Lando.
Man, some of these. Mac is just a flake and is leaving us here. Let's see here. We got Josh. So Sports News Alert. Okay, I answered your question on YouTube. So Kenny's squad. He's asking Goff or Breeze. I like Goff. This week should be a good shootout. He's got Daniel Jones. I still like Josh Allen over Daniel Jones. Alex Bridges 11. Allen. And then Brandon Cooks, Zach Ertz, or Robbie. Cook should have a bounce back week. Should bounce back. Ertz has been all too disappointing. Yeah, Ertz has been super disappointing this year. But so is Brandon Cook. So maybe I would lean Zach Ertz for the floor. It's not a great matchup for Ertz. Yeah, definitely Cooks. That weather does scare me a bit. Oh man, Wentz or Rudolph? I would still go Wentz, but it's tough. The bad. So is Josh Jacobs or Mike Evans?
Mike Evans. I got
Evans, but Jacob.
I got a question asking for a friend here. Josh Allen or Jameis Winston?
Josh Allen or Jameis Winston? I don't know, man. That's tough. I have Josh Allen up higher in my ranks, but this whole weather thing, I don't know if it's getting overblown or not. We're here. We don't know. We know as much as everyone else knows. So with that said, you can go Jameis. He might, but
probably.
He's probably gonna throw 3 or 4 touchdowns. So
who has the higher floor, Jameis or Josh? Because I am down, projected to lose by about 5 here. I'm projected to lose by about 5. So who has the higher ceiling?
Right. I think Jameis does. I know Tennessee's defense is
agreed
is difficult, but I think he has a higher ceiling.
We got a slew of questions here. I love it.
I know you. As soon as you
maybe I should leave again. If you guys are on the Sleeper Chat, make sure that you give us some beers. We would love to get a couple of those rolling. And if you're on YouTube, click the like button. It really helps us out, helps the channel grow. We want to be here with you guys each and every Sunday. And you just going ahead and either clicking subscribe or like really goes a long way for us. So even if you're in the Sleeper Chat, go ahead, click that button. Landon and Scott have put in the link multiple times. Open up the YouTube, just click a little subscribe, like. It's free to you, means the world to us. And cheers.
Cooper Kupp.
I would as well.
But I appreciate the tuning in. We love Schuster. That's it. Imagine having Kupp, Godwin, Schuster. You probably had to sit Kupp for a couple weeks because you're thinking Schuster and Godwin are so good.
Now it's a little bit easier to sit Juju down. But against Miami, it's so nice.
I know. Go. You can't. Godwin's unreal, man. He's a top 5 dynasty.
Agreed. Which is crazy to say, but agreed.
Yeah. Appreciate the love. Check us out on YouTube. K-Shoop. So he asked about Metcalf and Golden Tate.
I still think I go Metcalf.
So that's what I said. I said Metcalf over. I'm just not like, I know Golden Tate's going to give a lot of people good floors.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get a lot of targets. He's going to be in the slot with Shepard out.
Yep.
But I love Metcalf this week. I'm psyched about him. I got him in a ton of DFS lineups. Holy man, it's 10 minutes to kick off. Bye.
Yeah. Here's one. Baker Mayfield or Jacoby Brissett?
Probably go Brissett.
Brissett against the Broncos and, Baker against the Pats.
Technically, I have Baker 2 spots ahead in my ranks. I've got Baker at 14 and I've got Brissett at 16. But I think it's one of those things where
it's Brissett.
It's in the range of outcomes that, Baker could give you a 6-point game.
Not by my prediction. He is going to. They are going to beat the Patriots. I've been okay with my predictions in week 6. What did I say? I said the Texans would beat the Chiefs by a field goal. It was by a touchdown, but hey, that came through.
Yep.
What up?
Yo, Hurtlock.
Hit that like button, my man.
Coming in on you. Should I play Keenan Allen, even if he's limited, or Anderson, Kirk, or Preston Williams? His other wide receivers are Beckham, whom I'm starting.
I'll start off first by saying I really appreciate you saying that you will start Odell Beckham and not including him in this category with Robbie Anderson and Christian Kirk. Yes, you should play Keenan Allen, 100%. Robbie Anderson, Christian Kirk are both enticing options, but you got to go with the stud. Preston Williams against the Steelers. Steelers D has been actually probably their biggest strength so far this year, as poor as they've been playing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I the hesitation towards Keenan Allen. If you were checked us out earlier, I had questions about Keenan. I had him on my bench. I had Auden Tate starting over
Yeah.
him when it was questionable going into the
Mhm.
week. So, Kirk, man, Kirk. I love Kirk. I love his
But he's
talent.
just
I'm a
coming
little.
back.
He's just coming back. He could re-aggravate his injury. And Robbie Anderson, we were all hyped about him last week. Did not perform very well, so I'm going to temper my expectations. I want to see it. I do think he could have a great game. I do, like I said earlier, that Darnold could come
Mhm.
back and perform really well.
But if I'm
And Anderson
saying
will
that
be.
I'm going to start Robbie Anderson or Christian Kirk or Preston Williams over a guy like Keenan Allen, there has to be something like Keenan Allen is playing. I guess he's playing limited snaps, but the matchup has to be overly good for me to say, you know what, play Robbie. Like the
Right.
Jets are playing the Jags. Even without Jalen Ramsey, the Jags secondary is still respectable. Christian Kirk and
Sure.
company, they're up tough against the New Orleans Saints, who have also been fantastic defensively, and then the Pittsburgh Steelers. So neither of these matchups are great, and Keenan Allen is
Chi-
Keenan Allen. So you got to go
And
Keenan Allen.
Chicago's defense,
Like we
Chicago as
said,
a team, it hasn't been good.
no,
You know,
their season
it's
is on the line here.
and their offense is so inept that their defense can't just stay on the field the whole time.
Nope.
Chargers have been very super disappointing. Chargers have been ultra disappointing.
The thing with the Bears lately is they haven't been able to get you the quarterback.
Khalil Mack is getting doubled. This is their window, man. The Bears are in trouble if they bust this year, and they
Well,
have been.
they're 3-3, and the Packers are 6-1, and the Vikes are now 5-2. So you got to get on the horse. I mean, if you lose this week, your season's pretty much over. It's gonna be hard pressed for you to get into a wild card spot with those two teams ahead of you in your own division.
6-2 the Vikings.
Sorry,
are.
6-2 after the Thursday night win. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how are you gonna chase them down? If you go 3-4, you're too far back. 100%.
Yeah.
So
The Bears are always passed up Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes and traded up for Mitch Trubisky.
I had a kid the other day come up to me and say, because I was wearing a Green Bay hat, and he's like, "Oh, Aaron Rodgers is junk. Mitchell Trubisky is so much better." It took everything that I had to just keep cool, and I was just like, "All right,
Yeah.
okay."
Yeah. That's all you can say.
You're
That's all you
12.
can say.
I get it.
I was watching something the other day, and they were saying that the Chargers at 7 in that draft wanted to draft Deshaun Watson, and they went to Rivers and was like,
What do you
"Yo,
think?
what do you think? We like him." He's like, "No, Mike Williams."
Wow. Of course he would say that, though.
Right? And I get it if he's got.
If you're gonna give your quarterback that
he's
power,
like-
though. Yeah.
That's think. I mean, hindsight. I wish they would have taken.
Well, of course. That would
Deshaun.
have been amazing.
Yeah. And
He's
then,
not doing too bad, though,
then
with
Rivers-
the core he has over there.
No,
I'd rather
no,
throw
for
it
sure.
at DeAndre
and Mike
Hopkins,
Williams
to be
is still
honest.
good.
And Keenan. So Deshaun lucked out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just going to check into the sleeper
Mac.
channel here. Any last minutes? Mac, I weep for the youth. Yeah, I spend all day with them. Chargers Keenan Allen missed the final 2 practice. Is going to attempt to play today, sources said.
Attempt to play. That's a little bit nerve-wracking.
If he's going to play, he's going to play. It's not like I'm going to see how it goes.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to
Yeah.
clear their stud wide receiver for a maybe situation. He's either good to go or he's not. Just kind of like what Pat Mahomes figured out. Andy
I
Reid
hope so.
said, late in the week, Pat Mahomes just isn't ready. He's out. Christian Kirk is active, like we said. AJ Green is in line for a Week 10 return. That's interesting. We'll see if he actually comes back without that contract. Rashad Penny is expected to be active today. No one's playing him for fantasy, though, so that does not matter. Josh Jacobs.
So do you think Rashad Penny's going to get traded away from the Seahawks?
I don't. For what reason? Yeah.
No. Because they have Carson.
No,
He's
I
been
know
unreal.
that, but you need 2 backs.
Sure. It's just, I guess, and I mean, backs are replaceable. And a talent like Penny, his talent is not that good. He's replaceable.
I don't know. Maybe.
All right. Let's check our lineups, Mac, one last time before game time. Make sure if you have a 1:00 start, don't put him in your flex. Put him in your lineup, and then gives you more opportunity.
Exactly. I think I'm good. I've been pretty decent. I'm very tempted to play Devin Singletary this week in some spots, but it's just a no for me. He's just been very limited in touches and has made the most of them, been overly efficient. And I'd like to see him get like 15 carries and actually see what the game script looks like for him.
Singletary, yeah.
Yeah. I'm off the Frank Gore train, to be completely honest.
For sure. I hope they are too.
Would you rather play Dede Westbrook or Curtis Samuel this week?
Probably Curtis.
Really? Against San Fran? I got Dede slotted in right now.
You got Dede in right now? Oh, last minute little switcheroo maybe? I don't know.
No.
Dede, no, you're sticking with Dede.
I'm between Robbie Anderson, Curtis Samuel, DK Metcalf, and Dede Westbrook. Right now I've got Dede and DK in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't hate it.
Just switched out Josh Allen for Jameis Winston.
Okay.
See if that pays off. Our team, Kyler Murray, DJ Moore, Auden Tate, AJ Brown. The wide receiving core is in trouble without AJ Green and Devontae Adams. We've got Barkley, Connor, Ebron. Took Kamara out for Coleman. So the bench has Kerryon Johnson, Alvin Kamara, and Devontae Adams on it, along with AJ Green and David Njoku in the IR. To say that team has not been through the gauntlet so far would be an understatement.
Hey, if we sneak into the playoffs, watch out.
100%. Last one. Aaron Rodgers, Odell Beckham, Juju, Lev Bell, Tevin Coleman, Zach Ertz, Calvin Ridley. I could go Dede Westbrook over Calvin Ridley, but I think I'm going Calvin here.
Yep. Oh, that Calvin's a good player. Where'd you get him? All right, guys. Good luck this week. 1 minute till kickoff. Get it rolling. And, good luck, everyone.
This is the week, guys. If you haven't tuned into the podcast, make sure you do next week. We are doing a playoff primer, talking about some guys that, maybe have week 11, 12 buys, big pieces that you might need for the playoff push, and it might be a good time to trade them before your deadline. Cash in on somebody who has the name value, who's been a stud, and get somebody that already has their bye week, plus has a really good playoff schedule, help you get into the playoffs, win that championship. So that's what we're talking about next Saturday. So Scotty, if you could link our podcast into the chat as well as this YouTube video, that would be amazing. Go ahead, hit the like button and subscribe. It is 1:00 on the dot. Balls are in the air, and we're going to see you guys next week. So if you've enjoyed this,
boom.
Hope it brings you luck, and we'll see you guys later.
Peace.